Actress Felicity Huffman walking out of court today, but not free of prison. The celebrity brushing past cameras with husband and actor William H. Macy moments after she was sentenced to 14 days behind bars. In front of the judge, the prosecutor said most parents have the moral compass and integrity not to step over the line. The defendant does not. After noting Huffman's fame and wealth several times, the prosecutor said emphatically, "There's no paparazzi in prison. Prison is the great equalizer. She must go to prison." Before she addressed the judge, many legal experts thought the Oscar nominee would avoid time behind bars. Looking for leniency, she told the judge, "I am deeply ashamed of what I have done. I have inflicted more damage than I could have imagined." Her voice cracking while she fought back tears, Huffman said, "I take full responsibility for my actions. I will accept whatever punishment you deem appropriate." After pleading guilty to fraud charges in May, Huffman admitted to paying $15,000 to have her daughter's SAT scores rigged. The judge noting she apologized and accepted guilt early. Compared to other defendants, she made one of the smallest bribes, she said. She was not a repeat player and did not involve the child. Then the sentence: 14 days in prison, $30,000 fine, 1 year supervised release, and 250 hours of community service. Told to report to prison within 6 weeks, her attorney asked if she could surrender to this facility in Dublin, California, hours away from her sprawling home in the Hollywood Hills. With 51 arrested in the pay-to-play college entrance scandal, Huffman is now the first parent to be sentenced. Today's hearing, perhaps a litmus test for the dozens of parents who will appear before the judge next.
Lori, anything to say?
Fellow actress Lori Loughlin faces more serious charges after allegedly paying $500,000 to get her daughters into USC and is headed towards trial.
Anything to say after this?
But tonight, for one actress, the legal cliffhanger coming to an end with prison time on a stage where the stakes were high.
Huffman is now free to travel home to Los Angeles. She'll need to report to federal prison by the end of next month. Then she will begin her community service.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.